And welcome back to the channel. Today we are actually going in kind of our backyard. We're about 6 hours away from where we live to somewhere where we have never been to. Where are we going today?
Hershey Park.
That's right. That milk chocolate that everybody loves so much. We're going to the Willy Wonka factory of Hershey. They do have, I don't know if you can see, well, that side. I don't know if you can see, it actually says Hershey over there, that huge mountain. They do have a theme park, and they also have Hershey World. Right now, we're only going to go to Hershey World to see where the chocolate is actually made.
So one thing to note, they do have a few ticket options for Chocolate World. I recommend getting the bundle. It is a little bit more expensive, but you also get free parking.
Yes, parking is really expensive apparently. If you're coming here for less than 2 hours, it's free. But if you're coming here for even, I'm sure, 1 second longer, it's $60 for anything over
2 hours.
2 hours. And if you even lose this, it's $60. So the package gives you...
you get a trolley tour, you get a view of the chocolate world, you get, oh, no, I'm not going to spoil it. You'll have to wait till the end for this one.
All right. Well, I definitely am thinking of Willy Wonka and how they build it. I'm sure it's not going to be exactly like that. They're not going to have a river of chocolate, but I am hoping to get my, hopefully not diabetes today, but definitely getting my chocolate on. Alrighty, so we have the entrance. It's a cool little clock.
Can't see me.
And Chocolate Town. We are in the belly of the beast. It's Friday at 1 p.m. I thought it was going to be quieter.
I don't think there's...
They have your food options. Of course, this food court obviously has everything Hershey's and chocolate. I'm definitely going to have some of this later. All right, so we're starting at the Hershey Unwrapped.
So we just finished Hershey Unwrapped. Unfortunately, we were not able to video record in there. We were able to take pictures, so we'll post whatever we have on our video. But it was really neat. They kind of went into a little bit of the history about Hershey's chocolate. But what they did is we did a little taste testing, and they gave us all these, sorry for the ingredients, these different taste testers. So they allowed us to go through our 5 senses with the taste, smell, hearing, all of those. And we went through every single one. And at the end, we even got a giant top secret surprise. A giant Hershey bar. And because it was kind of an academy learning experience, we got certified.
And this is going to be our next adventure.
Welcome to Hershey's Chocolate World Station.
All right, so we just finished the Great Candy Expedition. They gave us this little passport, which has a great feeling, by the way. It gives you a little bit of information about all the candy that they have, like the Hershey Kisses. They make 80 million Hershey Kisses here at the factory per day. So we went into like a theater, but the nice thing about the theater, it wasn't just a screen in the front. It was actually all the way around. It was like a little train that took you to little different locations. They did give us Twizzler before we got on in the little arena. And they also gave us a little bag, which I have no idea what's in it. So let's find out together. All right, you get some Hershey Kisses, some Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, more Twizzler, Twix, Jolly Rancher, which watermelon is their most popular selling. Almond Joy, not bad. Oh, this is the watermelon, so the other one must be cherry. And all the ingredients. So next, we're gonna go on to the trolley. So let's go for that. So there's about like 6 stations, I forgot this. There's about like 6 or 8 stations. And on the seats, you actually get to choose which station you want to go to. Choose, I think it's rigged because they have smell for the Jolly Ranchers. They have like the fake snow and a lot of wind, but it was still enjoyable nevertheless. And we're back at the penny machine. We get it at pretty much every country we go to and everywhere we see it. And since pennies are becoming scarce, these are going to be worth $1 billion. Those look great.
I can add them to my collection.
All right, so first we're going to take a break and we stopped and I got a Screwball Deliciousness chocolate and then I got
A white chocolate martini.
Now, keep in mind that hers was $16 and this was $17.50. The Hershey Trolley.
I honestly have the privilege of telling you a story. Story of one of the most remarkable men in American history, Milton S. Hershey. But the person who's actually taking us on the tour is our motorman, Mamutas. Everybody say hi to Mamuta. Hi. Right? This trolley. Yeah, it's a replica, but it is a replica of the kind of trolleys that used to service downtown Hershey and the surrounding countrysides back in the early 1900s when we had 35 miles of trolley track. We had a lot of both in the area, but the men they started making caramels. They packed them up. Apprehensively because
This is the factory.
everything arrived in great condition. And look, there's a check enclosed, paid in full. We also make Kit Kat bars. If you add the 2 million from this plant to the 3 million from the other, that's 5 million pounds of candy from a town only 20. For that matter,
That's where they do.
we're very confident, thinking they're dedicated to making
Less than
chocolate
a
paste
euro.
and it delivers it to the other plants to help address the ever-growing demand for chocolate. Yep. Chocolate paste. We'll buy back the old family home. It becomes
Ooh, more
chocolate.
treats.
But the likelihood of them succeeding at that is pretty slim.
Round two.
Never has been. A lot of interesting artifacts in there. It's a real good compliment to the ride. Now here's the town square where we have the New Year's party, lots of other events throughout the year, and we raise a kiss off the corner of the press building there on your left. That's where the peanut butter cup was invented, the basement of that house. And I will tell you more about the Reese's later. He returned to Jamestown quite frequently after that. And in 1898, he and Kitty were... We never had any children of the school's health centers throughout the year. When the school was first started in the early 1900s, the Hersheys wanted the kids to have 3 things. They wanted them to have an appreciation of nature, all the way up until now. This next building on your right is called Kinderhouse. It was the first permanent student home, but now it's the school's historical archives. We're going to go past 3 mansions. They were built to sell them back at fair market value. It was like another thing Milton knew about the other businessmen weren't paying attention to. This fact, it was piped all over town. They needed the bank, the community center, the post office, lots of homes, and even as far away as Hotel Hershey, way up in the hill. We'll see that later. Several occasions, and watched the light change 2 or 3 times while somebody was in front of me with their windows down taking pictures of the twinkle light. Into the side of the old factory. And I thought that is really cool advertising because the old train station used to sit right here to your right. And when people came to town, that's the first thing they saw, and they got a lungful of fresh chocolate air. Milton actually owned his own bank. The Hershey Trust Company, this beautiful building, marble and brick over here. The wolves started howling. My 100-pound retriever, that dog's serious. They'll come up with something sooner or later. Next, Milton thought it was important for people to have entertainment opportunities. You build a picnic grove, a ball field, an amphitheater with big big band show. Entertainment came to town, the park started to grow, and it continues to grow to this day. Down with the tile roofs, the stadium, the roller coasters, but hold on, we're going to give you a better view, a much broader view of town, because we've been... Boy, why is this not? And it was in winter, it snowed the night before.
So that was the trolley ride. It lasted about
75 minutes.
75 minutes. It was kind of long, but it gave you a huge history, and they drove us all around the town. Pretty much, Hershey owns everything in probably like a 20-mile radius. I'm talking everything from elementary school, middle school, high school, the hospital, the church, the arena, the hotel, golf course. They literally, most
Farms.
of the houses,
Yeah.
they literally honestly own everything, which is not surprising, but it is shocking to see how much they actually own. But one of the biggest things that the takeaway was that we learned that the schooling is primarily for underprivileged kids, that they actually have to apply. They only accept 400 a year, but the biggest thing is they actually get the tuition for free, and they also get the housing and food for free. And then when they're in high school as seniors, they actually get to live kind of on their own, with like almost like a dorm, and they're all working towards getting like tuition to college. So it was pretty impressive, and the school and everything is paid just by the interest that Hershey left in like the early 1950s. He put like $60 million in 1915, and now it's worth like $22 billion. So the interest is actually what pays for the tuition and everything, which I think is crazy. But they did pass along a bunch of chocolate. He kind of missed a few. He didn't have Reese's. He didn't have the silver Hershey Kisses. But at the very end, they ended up, at the very end, they ended up giving us another full-size Hershey. So now we actually have a ton of chocolate. And next, we're going to go into this building. What are we doing?
We're going to make our own chocolate bar.
We haven't had enough chocolate.
Not at all.
We're going to go and actually make our own. So one of the cool things that I did see is the Reese's peanut butters are actually done in a completely separate factory, which I thought was kind of cool if you have nut allergy.
Like me.
So let's make our own chocolate bar.
That was ridiculous. This is no longer fun.
Oh, right. So you get a QR code that you scan, and then you choose your chocolate bar. Let's go with dark chocolate. 3. Let's do that one. Vanilla chips and chocolate bites. Oh, it's going to get covered by chocolate. Sprinkles, sure, why not? All right, that's one. I'm doing a second one. And yes, always sprinkles. Little white chocolate, pretzel bites, Heath toffee, semi-sweet chocolate chips, and sprinkles. Thank you. This is everybody's chocolate that's coming out. All right, mine are getting made. And Genesis starting. So there's mine. There's my second one. Oh, there's yours. Here's mine. Okay, just follow it down to all the ingredients all the way down to the cooling. Ooh, deliciousness. And that's where the sprinkles come in. Then you can create your own label, and you'll soon see what I made. And you can see what everybody else got and judge them. This person got this person got that.
So we actually ended up getting 2 Hershey bars. And I think the reason why we got 2 is because there was a spring deal going on because of Easter. And because I bought the bundle, I'm pretty sure that's why we got 2. And we're the only ones that have 2 up there.
Thank you.
And we're back on it. We're gonna have so many. And there they all are. All pressed 8 pennies.
So that was Chocolate World at Hershey, PA. And I highly recommend it. We got tickets online. Like I said, there was the spring special. So the spring special was about $50 a ticket. That came with everything you saw except the trolley tour, which it was $24 more. But I do recommend coming here and doing that one as well, especially if it's going to be a one and done kind of thing. So altogether it's probably, I don't know, maybe $75. And also parking was included, which was great.
That was key. Like
Yes.
if we had to pay $60 for parking, then I don't think it was worth it. But because parking was included, definitely the whole day was definitely worth it.
And at the end, you saw that we got to make our own chocolate bars. These beautiful tins with our names on them. We got to design the labels.
And the name or the date on the back as well.
This is beyond, I'm just astonished because they did such a really good job. We got, I don't know, 4 large candy bars each, a whole bunch of little mini chocolates. It's definitely...
Hershey Kisses came on everything.
Yep.
Like when we got the receipt for the drinks, which were expensive, but like you got Hershey Kisses with that. You got Hershey Kisses like just passed around nonstop. I mean, they make 80 million a day. Was it a day?
Something like that.
80 million a day. So they could spare a few, but
oh yeah,
the tin.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I actually thought it was a really good trip.
Up close and personal.
We're comparing.
Yeah. Look at these.
Woo!
So much fun.
And then the date.
One thing to note that the chocolate bar itself, because it's draped, there's chocolate over it, it does take 6 minutes to cool. So on the ticket, when they say it's, 5 to 5:45, it truly is 45 minutes to build your
we were
candy.
waiting for, and it's like an actual person printing these out, bending it into shape, and then putting it onto the tin.
All by hand.
All by hand. It's not by a machine, so it does take a while to get these, but all in all, I was actually quite pleasantly surprised that this actually was a lot nicer than I thought it was. And it's considering it's about 5.5 hours from our house. We've both never been here, but I would recommend it, especially if you have kids. Yeah, like I would definitely recommend it if you have kids, but you might want to take the whole day. We obviously are driving back, so we're going to be here for a short period of time. But if we had a little bit longer, if we had another day, we would definitely do the park as well with the roller coasters and stuff. That's cool. Do you remember how much that was?
I'm not too sure. I didn't look into that one.
Okay. I'll put it I'll put it right here. And other than that, sorry that we don't post on a regular basis. We're going to try to start posting on a weekly basis when we have something, but we want to make sure we take you to our adventures. But at the very least, we'll probably post a few shorts. Big trip coming up in June. So definitely stay for that. And we even have some Halloween stuff coming for October. So definitely you want to, what should they do?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
It's been a while. We haven't done this in a while, but yes. Subscribe. Thank you for watching. Share it, like it, comment.
Do all the good stuff.
Do all the good stuff. And we'll see you on the next one.